I knew about his career and all. Plus, I was into music. And I loved his tenaciousness, if you will, how he persevered through it all. And he still came out on top, even though he had a lot of challenges. So that influenced my life as well as a lot of other people's lives. When you see somebody that's never going to give up, you kind of watch them. And you're hoping they never do. But sometimes they do fall. And then they get back up and they dust themselves off. And they get back at it again.
Amen.
And that's the way life's supposed to go. You got God inside of you. You got to know, he never quits. He never gives up on you. And as long as you keep him in there, you're going to always succeed.
That's right, that's right. And Candi, you've also had some battles in your life. You've had some hills to climb. And the thing is, we know you coming from young. You was there something? Young, run free. Yeah, you know. So we're about to get, but yeah, I remember. I'm about to cut a roll right now, you know.
Yeah.
They told me to maintain my composure.
Okay.
I can hear your song. But you know, you've had some things that you've had to deal with as well. Let's talk about that.
Well, I was into alcohol. I was an alcoholic. And so that's why I can relate to Otis. We talk about it all the time. We're both the same. I can't take a drink either. You know, if I do, I'll be there forever. So I had to stop.
I'm glad y'all didn't take one today.
Oh, we didn't. We won't ever. See, we do this.
Right.
We hold each other up,
Right.
and we make each other strong. When he feels like he's, you know, he might be a little tired sometimes, and I might get a little tired, and I might start talking negative. He'll stop me right away. No, you don't go there. And when he starts, I call him to the carpet, you know, and we'll just kind of keep each other on top. And that's what you have to do, because we're partners.
Empowerment.
Yeah.
That's real talk. And that's what this show is all about, empowerment in the community, financially, spiritually, motivationally, emotionally, again, financially. And to talk about all those things. What was the highlight in your career before you, or let me rephrase that. R&B to gospel, which defines you, or both?
You know, we could be here for a while.
Uh-oh.
But the first time around in R&B, that's when I had my addiction. I felt like I couldn't go on stage. I couldn't do anything without being high. I was so scared. You know, the people scared me. Looking at an audience of thousands of people, I would just go weak in the knees. And I remember my first one. I was with Capitol Records at the time, and they toasted me with champagne. And when I took that champagne, I remember how calm I felt. It's just like all of a sudden I just kind of got to relax and say, oh, all right now. You know, and I was ready to party. And from that day on, I was always waiting, you know, before I went on the show, had to have me something to drink. Then I felt comfortable, but if I didn't have it, I was so nervous, I would forget lyrics, I would just do a lot of that stuff. But now, and now that I have the Lord, I don't take a drink. I go out and you know what, I go to Europe a lot. I am very big in Europe, believe it or not. I fill up auditoriums by myself, 2,500 people, tens of thousands of people come to see me.
I've always wanted to go to Europe. Can you take me just one time?
Oh, come on. You can go. I got to go back in July. But,
okay, agent, book the flight.
But now I can walk out on that stage, and I have an 8-piece band. And they're drinking, they're doing their thing in the dressing room, and we're doing 30-day tours, and everybody's giving out, getting sick, and everybody's talking negative, and, you know, I can't do it no more. Well, Candi, what keeps you going? I said, Jesus Christ. That's what keeps me going, baby. I said, you notice when I get finished with this, I go to my hotel room. You know what motivates me? I get on my face to God, and I start praying for me to give me strength for the next day. I go it one day at a time. And I said, you know, just watch me. You know, you can't put things down people's throat. You can't just throw it on them. They have to watch your life. You learn by example. And that's what they do. And now I see them little by little starting to come towards me. And they're starting to ask questions. And that's what I'm not going to ever, you need, no, I just sit and let them watch me. And it is the most wonderful life. I have never experienced a life like this. It is a great life.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. And back to you, Mr. Otis Nixon. How do you deal with these types of things? How do you keep from picking up? How do you just walk away? And people, I mean, everywhere you go, it's not like you go. If you go to Houston's or Justin's or whatever, you know, you go to a restaurant and people are actually partaking. You go to parties and people are drinking and doing their things. How do you stay on top?
I talk to kids about it now. I talk in the pulpit. It's a lifestyle. It's just like me wearing my coat. I put my coat on, I'll go with what I want to do now. So it becomes natural now. I don't have to do that to do this and everything. And I'm associating myself around people. I don't have to go, if you want to have a drink, that don't mean I have to have a drink. So that's what I teach kids that, and right now I tell them, if you're going to be an athlete, there's going to be things that, because they think it's everything is just green, money, the fame and all this. And if you get around the wrong people, you can have drinks, you can go to parties, but you get around the wrong people. You're talking about being pulled down. You're trying to get pulled up out of the hole and they're going to let the road go. That's what causes a lot of the trouble that's going on with rappers these days, going on in the pulpit these days, going on in the family these days. There's a little bad apple running around. If you want to grab hold of it, it will drag you down. So I associate myself with good people today.
Awesome. And in 15 seconds or less, or 20 seconds or less, say something to the young people that may be watching the show. Give them a word of encouragement. Okay. I need you to look right into that camera and give them a word of encouragement.
Number one, to listen. To listen, because a lot of the kids don't want to listen. They want to make sure, they think they know it all. They want to know it, everything. Find somebody that they can talk to. Guys, and I mean this, I really mean this, from girls to guys or whatever, because the girls can't find anybody, they talk to the wrong person. Find somebody you can relate to, somebody you can trust and you can depend on, and somebody that's doing the right things. And I put this out there on the table, and I guarantee you, if a kid will take that, and what happens is when they don't have anybody to talk to, they got to find the wrong person to talk to, and that's why
Okay. Candi, 20 seconds or less. Answer the same question. If you could give some hope to some young lady. I mean, I went back and read your bio, and I know that you started very early as a teenager. And you were 5 years old, actually, yeah. And so, you know, you were barely able to stand up, and you were actually blessing the mic. And there is someone out there that wants to be a singer, wants to be an entertainer, but they have lost faith. There are so many young people today. The statistics are very high, and I don't know what they are, but for young people who are battling drug addiction, and they're still in elementary school, give them a word of encouragement and a word of hope from your heart.
Don't ever let nobody take your dream. You were born with a dream, and God never sent us on this earth without equipping us with something. You know what's in your heart today, and I don't care what your friends are doing, you stay focused. You know exactly what you want out of life. And don't stop until you get it. Be tenacious. Go after it as though it was your life. And it is your life. And you know what? You're going to have help along the way. So as long as you stay focused, there are those people that are coming in your life that's going to be there to help you up the ladder. You stay with your hands in the Lord's hands and watch what he'll do for you.
All right. And now we have just made history. You have sat with us patiently, and you have helped us to make the premiere of Real Talk with Rajheem. And today we're here on the Author's Corner, and we've had various authors that come through and to bless us with their literary works. Otis Nixon talked about desire. Candace talked about keeping it real. And we had Roger Kennedy on with his book, My Spouse Made Me Rich, and talked about all of the negative contributions that he had in his marriage. Today, take a look at yourselves. Look at your relationship. Look at your family relationship. Figure out what it is inside of you that you can do to make your life better and to bond your family and to create a greater tomorrow for yourselves and for your family. Tell someone you love them. Tell yourself that you love them. And it's going to be okay. Because the only way to fail in life is to quit. I'm a firm believer in an old saying that says, life is not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. You watched another segment, or your first segment of Real Talk with Rajheem. Remember to keep it real. Thank you, and tune in again for us for another edition. Peace.